Yo, what's going on, boys? In this video, I'm going to be giving you guys an updated guide on crosshair placement. Crosshair placement is a crucial skill to master if you're trying to improve, so definitely make sure you watch this whole video. Grab a notebook and lock in. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to make sure to avoid are these really big crosshair movements like I'm showing here. When you swing your mouse to edit like this, it's so slow and you have to do so much movement just for one edit. Try to make your mouse movements quick and precise like this. It's not only going to make your mechanics look better, it's actually going to make it easier to edit faster, and it helps you to stay consistent when you're moving from one edit to the next. Before we dive deeper into some other drills, let's take a second and actually understand what crosshair placement is. Crosshair placement is your ability to move from editing to building and shooting with minimal crosshair movement and extreme accuracy. As you can see from Cooper here, his switches from building to shooting look super accurate because there's no wasted movement with his crosshair. Everything he does sets him up perfectly for a smooth transition into whatever he needs to do based on the current situation. Some things to note are how stable his crosshair is and the actual location of his crosshair. He keeps his crosshair either head level or locked onto his opponent so he never gets taken off guard or loses track of whoever he's fighting. The stability of his crosshair is also super important to note. He's not shaky or hesitant with anything he does, and that ability to shoot, edit, and build with true intentions behind it is what makes Cooper the perfect example when talking about the mastery of crosshair placement. With that out of the way, let's get into some crosshair placement drills. First, you're going to want to start off with some slow quad edits. With these, it's easy to get ahead of yourself and become really flicky. But the key is to stay under full control of your crosshair and keep your transitions smooth and connected. Try to let every edit almost lead into the next. Like after you edit the wall, you can see I don't have to change the direction of my crosshair to place my cone. I can just keep moving in that direction. Then I change directions to flip the cone, and that direction change leads perfectly into my triple edit. Rip out as many of these as possible. If you're having a lot of trouble, you can definitely slow down the map to 0.4, but 0.6 should be slow enough for most of you. Next are the proper way to do ramp flips. Most players now flip their ramps with huge motions left and right. It looks normal because that's what we're all used to. But the ramp flip itself comes down to a small movement and helps you keep your momentum, since the ramp flip usually leads into some sort of aggressive edit. Training this small crosshair movement is super beneficial. Martov's brought this to light recently and it's helped me out a ton. Practice these correctly so you can get used to having proper crosshair placement and tight movement. These might be a bit more difficult on controller if you don't have good stick control, but definitely keep working at it, and over time you'll start to notice that applying this style of ramp flips starts becoming easier and easier until it transforms into a natural part of your playstyle. Now, onto some peanut butter crossovers. These are a drill I've been practicing for a couple days since I've been struggling with combining good movement with proper crosshair placement. The key to doing these consistently is editing the peanut butter in the direction you're strafing in, and also use your A and D keys to move your player model left and right instead of fully turning your camera to move. To know you've done them correctly, once you turn around after finishing in a straight line, it should look just like how I'm showing here. Again, if you're struggling, feel free to slow down the map, and once you get more comfortable, you can try speeding up past your normal player speed. Next are tarping drills. Tarping is crucial, especially in competitive Fortnite, but a lot of people struggle because of bad crosshair movements. With the tarp I'm showing here, make sure to keep your crosshair head level so you can swing the walls around your back and not accidentally cut yourself off by placing a wall in front of you. The next tarp is more of a solo tarp, but the key here is to move your crosshair to the top corner of the wall to your side. This movement allows you to place your ramp behind you to cover your side. The reason this is more of a quick solo tarp is because it saves materials and it's a bit suffocating when there's two people in here trying to move through a small circle. Now, onto some classic edit downs. The key here is to make sure you start every edit by tapping your edit key and mouse button almost simultaneously to minimize the delay between each edit. Don't blaze through these as fast as possible, but do them relatively quick so you give yourself a challenge when it comes to applying proper technique. You shouldn't be over flicking too often, and your crosshair shouldn't look shaky. Do your best to stay consistent and accurate. Keep working on these if you find yourself messing up a whole bunch. The next drill are protected ramp flips. These are a bit challenging, so definitely take your time when you're learning these. I personally think practicing these are one of the best ways to rapidly improve your crosshair control, because you'll be severely punished if you have sloppy mouse movements while trying to rep these out. Don't stress if you're struggling with the protected ramp flip, especially if you're a beginner, you're gonna struggle. It's just part of the journey to becoming a better player. But the best thing to do is to hop into Raiders Mechanics Map V4 and rep these out on slow speed. The last drill is speed free building. You're gonna find a map that allows you to increase your movement speed and then just free build. No matter how good you are, you're gonna mess up since you're moving faster than what you're used to, but that increased movement speed gives you less time to edit, forcing you to be faster and more accurate. You don't have to do anything special, just work on combining your basic fundamentals together. If you miss an edit, it doesn't matter, just keep going. Apply everything that I've mentioned in this video to this free building drill, and you're going to continue to notice really strong improvements with your consistency and your ability to use your mechanics to fight well and defend properly. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like and a sub. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.